Hi, this is Terry with Total Life Pursuit, and this is the Starting Line series, number 7. Starting Line series, number 7 to go along with the Starting Line manual. If you haven't gotten your manual yet, I suggest that you do it right away. Go on Amazon, and or you can go to our website and link it very easily. The Starting Line Manual by Total Life Pursuit by me, Terry Miller. All right, you ready to get into number 7? This is one of my I love all these teachings, but this is a really powerful teaching on we are powerful. We are powerful people, and we have to start believing like we're powerful people. Part of the problem in our culture is that we don't believe we're powerful. We are kind of victims. Like there's a philosophy that we are mechanistic. In other words, that we are just a mechanism that is wound up, pushed out of our mother's womb, and everything is biology. We don't really have a choice in the matter. You know, there was this guy when I was a young guy. I don't know how young I was, but a long time ago, I think in the 70s, and he murdered this mayor of San Francisco. And this guy's defense was he ate Twinkies. Now, I know I'm oversimplifying it, but it was the Twinkie defense. The Twinkies made me do it. It got me all messed up because of my certain genetic profile, and the Twinkies made me do it. Well, I'm here to tell you today, I'm not buying it, okay? I'm not buying any of that. The Twinkies don't make you do it. They're not good for you, though, especially Twinkies. They haven't made them in years. You could probably still find some on eBay or something. So 20% of what happens in us, through us, to us, okay, is genetics. 20%. That means 80% is under your control. Do you see how powerful you are? Do you see how powerful you are? You are powerful. Chance has something to do with life, yes. But the harder you work, the more you prepare, the luckier you get. Viktor Frankl, have you ever read about this guy? He was in a Nazi concentration camp. He said this: everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. And then he said, forces beyond your control can take away everything you possess except one thing: your freedom to choose how you will respond to a situation. Isn't that good? Okay, so we have some powerful tools, and I want to get to them. First of all, the mind. The mind's power to transform the brain. Zig Ziglar said, positive thinking will let you do everything better than negative thinking will. That's a good one. I love Zig. We control whether we think positive or negative. He said, oh no, once I get on no, you can control it. I know it's hard. I get on that negative spiral, and it's like, how do I get out of this thing? I think about something else. You know, oftentimes I have watched a TV show. I just need a good TV show. And I get into the TV show and I forget what I was thinking about that was negative until the TV show's over. It's not a good strategy. But you get what I'm saying here is that I was thinking about something else, so I wasn't thinking about that negativity. See, you have all of these things in your brain. You have the amygdala. It stores emotions and perceptions and memory. It's your safety place. You have the hippocampus. It holds short-term memory for 24, 48, 72 hours, something like that. And it's here that your free will is activated. You can either accept or reject the information that has come in. You have the cortex, your thalamus, your hypothalamus, your corpus callosum, to name a few. They all have a job. And guess who's in control of your work output? You are. We are not run by a mechanistic biology. We can control our thinking. Neuroplasticity, you've heard of this. I've talked about it a lot. But neuroplasticity is that we can change the actual shape of our brain. That doesn't mean we have a lobe that's really big, although Einstein's lobe was thought to be very big, you know. But the deal is we can choose the neuroconnectors. We can choose what connects with what. And then It is our nature to think that way, but we choose the nature that we want. We can actually change the way our brain works. We can choose to interfere with protein synthesis by our free will. If you say can't, or if you say won't, this decision of your free will actually cause a protein synthesis and changes in the real estate in your brain. This is amazing. This is not scary. This is exciting because you have control over it. You can avoid saying, well, I can't do that. Well, I won't do that. I'll never be able to do that. Because when you say those types of things, changes happen in your brain. Listen, Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed, metamorphosed, by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, perfect will. We control it with our minds. We control life with our minds. Not exterior life, interior life. But exterior life by the way we perceive it. Wow. You know, someone can go, hey, what's up? And you can perceive that two ways. One, they're greeting you. Two, they're greeting you, but they don't really want to know because they kind of had an attitude. Hey, what's up? Right? You're thinking, oh, they must not be in a good mood, or they don't really want to know what's up with me, because you just perceived it like that. And that's your control. You know, someone could say, hey, Terry, man, dude, you have white hair. Yeah. Now, I could take that offensively, like, you have white hair, you old fart, okay? Or I could say, yeah, at least I got hair, right? I mean, I could get pretty happy about white hair. It just depends on the way I think about it. Are you with me here? Our minds are immaterial. Our brains are material. You can't do an autopsy on me after I die. Please wait till after I die. You can't do an autopsy on me after I die and hold my mind in your hand. You can hold my brain in your hand because minds are immaterial. And what the renewing of the mind is what transforms the life. It metamorphoses what? The brain. So how? We have to control our thinking. We have to control it. We only think what we want to be able to think. And 2 Corinthians 10:5, it says, we demolish arguments, every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to God. In other words, the thought comes in and we say, is this the thoughts that God would be thinking? Is this right? Is this true? Is this righteous? Is this just? And if it's not, then we let it go. You know, when the fear comes in, well, you're probably going to get, this disease or that disease because your mother had it, or your father had it, or everybody has it. How are you going to perceive that? You don't have to take it in and say, oh, yeah, that's right. My dad did have heart disease, so I'll have heart disease. I don't have to do that. How come? Because I take the thought captive. And then I say, well, does this thought need to go to jail, go to hell, or really go into my brain? Well, that particular thought, I'm going to get heart disease, that can go back to hell where it came from. I'm not going to listen to it. Are you with me? So you have to do that with all kinds of thoughts all throughout the day. Your own thoughts, what other people are saying, what the media is saying. Someone said to me, well, this person that we agree with, she said this. And I said, well, I don't believe it because she said it, because there's so much misinformation. I need to figure it out on my own. Are you with me? I think you are. So we have a choice. This is very powerful. Our mind is very powerful. Now, our choosing is very powerful. We have a powerful weapon in our volition. Luke chapter 21, verse 14. Check this out. Jesus said this, but make up your mind. Did you get that? But make up your mind not to worry beforehand how you will defend yourself. Make up your mind right now that you're not going to worry. You know what that means? We have the ability to choose not to worry. Some people are going, if I don't worry, what'll I do, right? I mean, you don't even know what to do because that's That's what you do. You worry. Okay, the corpus callosum is activated, which switches into thinking and analyzation mode, and it takes in info into the hippocampus under consideration. It integrates memories and perceptions and thoughts, and this is where info is amplified, and now you can make a decision. We have all these little cool things in our head that it allows us to make a volitional decision. Deuteronomy 30, verse 19 says, "This day I call heaven and earth as witness against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and cursings. Now choose life, so that you and your children may live." God is saying, hey, here's the deal. Choose life. We get to choose life. We get to choose who we want to marry. Well, most cultures, you get what I'm saying. We get to choose where we want to live most of the time. If you're on a job that they send you to, Siberia, then you get to choose whether you do that job unless you signed a contract. Then you get to choose whether you're going to sign a contract to a job that may send you to outer Mongolia. Are you with me? You get to choose. You're so powerful. We have the power of choice. We choose what we eat and whether we're going to eat well or not eat well. We choose what we spend money on, whether it's going to be frivolous or whether it's going to be wise. We choose to be loving people, or we can choose to be uncaring people. We can choose to be a couch potato, or we can choose to be active. We can choose to follow Jesus or follow what we think is right at any given moment. And finally, we can choose, there's a lot more, I know. We can choose to set a mission for our lives and follow it, or fly by the seat of our pants. Whatever sounds good on that particular day. All right, you ready for number 3? Powerful tool that you have in your toolbox? This thing here, the tongue. James 3 says it takes ships, verse 4, or it takes ships as an example. Although they are large and driven by strong winds, they are steered by a very small rudder wherever the pilot wants to go. Likewise, the tongue is a small part of the body, but it makes great boasts. Consider what a great forest is set on fire by a small spark. And we think of forest fires in the real negative, but think about this. How about setting a fire on your life to propel you to your mission? All you need is a spark. And what is James saying? Tongue is the spark. The tongue is a director. What was his first example? A wind and a ship. Which way does it go? What course does it take? And what James is saying here is your tongue will determine your course. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. The tongue has great power. It directs us. So maybe we should start, using it for direction to a good place. Like we want to think. We want to get to our mission. So what do you mean you want to think? Well, what do you want to think about? Well, I want to think about peacefulness. Well, maybe out of your mouth should come something about peace. Wait a second, I know a verse. Peace I give you, not as the world gives, I give you. Peace that passes all understanding. The peace that passes all understanding. He's already given it to me. I already have peace. So you want to be thinking about peace? Talk about peace and how at peace you are. You think, well, wait a second. Now, what if I'm really not at peace? Then talk about how at peace you're going to be. I don't think you need to lie. And, I can say I'm 6'2", all I want. I always wanted to be 6'2". I made it to 5'11". Okay, I didn't. I made it to 5'10 and a half if I stood up super straight. All right? Back against the wall. 5'10 and a half. I made it. Yeah, but I didn't get to 6'2". Didn't I confess it enough? We're not talking about that. We're talking about directing the course of your life, not determining how tall you grow. Now, maybe that would work. I don't know. Maybe there's studies that I don't know about. But I'll tell you what does work, what is a proven thing, both by the Word of God and by the experience of millions of people, is that when they direct their tongue, when they speak the directions with their tongue, rather, to where they want to go, they go there. That's where you go. Proverbs 12:14. From the lips of a man is filled with good things. From the fruit of his lips, a man is filled with good things. As surely as the works of his hands reward him. So it's making this distinction, okay? It's really making a parallel. So the works of your hands, you like make dinner with your hands, right? So you get to eat. What this is saying is the fruit of your lips will feed you as well. In other words, what you say matters as much as what you do. I hope you're getting this. This is important stuff. We speak good things. We hear good things. We hear good things. We think good things. Do you get it? There's a cycle. So I speak and I hear myself talk, and then I'm thinking about what I heard, and I'm also thinking about what I'm speaking. It's a great thing. You think, well, that sounds like, some sort of weird, meditation practice of Eastern. This is living by the fruit of your lips. Live by the fruit of your lips. Proverbs 18:21, one of my favorites. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. In other words, when you love your tongue, when you've learned to use it, you eat the fruit of life. And don't we all want good fruit? I don't know about you, but it's like even when an avocado is, like getting all black, and I don't like those avocados. I don't like the way they taste. I like it when it's just turned ripe. It's so good, so pleasing to my palate. And it's good for my body probably either way, but it's so pleasing to me. And that's what I'm talking about here, is when you love the fruit, you will eat life. That's important. More than just thinking with our minds, when we get it deep within us, because we direct ourselves there, it becomes who we are. All of a sudden, we are who we say we are and who we are thinking we are. I'm not suggesting that you become a pro athlete by saying, I'm going to be a pro athlete. I'm going to be a pro athlete. I'm going to be a pro athlete. Because the tongue directs your life. If you're going to be a pro athlete, then you better get on it. Now, I'm 60 years old. I would love to be a pro athlete. My time is done, at least on the football field. It's been done a long time on the basketball field or the baseball field or any other field. Maybe I could become a curling champion, though. I'm moving to Canada. Okay, so with our tongues, we create an atmosphere around us with our speech. See, think about it, and think about a negative person. What surrounds that negative person? They're just negative all the time. You get around them, and there's like this atmosphere around them. What kind of atmosphere do you want around you? There's this guy, a friend of mine, Jerry Dearman. Whenever I get around that guy, he doesn't even need to say anything. I just feel encouraged. Do you know why? Because I've listened to him for so long, and he is a man that is so positive, that is so faith-filled, that I am encouraged just being in his atmosphere. Man, that's how I want to be. So you're powerful. You have what it takes to not just find your mission, but to fulfill your mission, to set a course and to live within your mission. You have the tools to do it. I hope you've been encouraged. I hope I've created a positive atmosphere that you're going to do it. I believe you will. Write me. I would love to hear from you and hear your stories of what's going on in your life and how you have set that course and how you are a powerful person and you made some great, powerful choices. I'm Terry with Total Life Pursuit, and I'll see you next time.